Welcome to this evening session, one and all. Those here in the room and those joining online. Speaking specifically to those online, here in the room after we have this time of prayer and reflection, we'll begin a time of sacred sharing and listening. Unfortunately, we can't invite you to join us for that, but do invite you instead to spend time with your journal or sharing with those who might be listening in with you. Now, I invite you to settle. Just find a comfortable way to sit. Find your breath. That steady, rhythmical prayer of life, which in and of itself offers us, if we pay attention, a perfect image of the nature of God's loving presence. God's Spirit always flowing, offering us life in every moment. Jesus said, "I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever, the Spirit of truth." The advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you all things and will remind you of everything I have said. Peace I leave you. My peace I give you. What an extraordinary gift. The sort of gift that, no matter how full your house was of special gifts, you'd want to make room for it. A gift that teaches you all things. What freedom! Instead of all that searching, scurrying around, and digging we do to teach ourselves. We get a sense, if we make room for this gift, it would offer us peace indeed. The peace which Jesus said he enjoyed. But isn't there a world of difference between a gift being given and we, the receivers, making room for it, open to its consequence? When I was preparing these few words, it made me smile as I remembered Nuala's generosity to Gubnut O'Lunasa in Frank Kelly's 12 Days of Christmas and the ensuing chaos of day 12. How open are we to a gift which offers to teach us all things? That means listening to another, relinquishing control. Pope Francis asks us this way: are we open to the God of surprises, or are we closed and fearful before the newness of the Holy Spirit. If we are the ones who build, program, and plan our lives in accordance with our own ideas, our own comfort, our own preferences, this closeness can surely be the case. Pope Francis continues, "It's hard to abandon ourselves to God with complete trust, allowing the Holy Spirit to be the soul and guide of our lives in every decision. But if we can," he suggests, "this gift offers us true joy, true serenity." In the Constitution of the Society of Jesus, St. Ignatius suggests, "It is the supreme wisdom and goodness of God, our Creator and Lord, that must preserve, direct, and carry forward the society. What helps toward this end must be more than any exterior constitution, the interior law of love the Holy Spirit implants in our hearts." St. Ignatius could not conceive of any external inspiration being effective without the interior action of the Holy Spirit. Leaving room for this sort of action means saying a Mary sort of yes to several things. We say yes to being an active listener to God's whispers in our heart. Sister Helen spoke this morning of the importance of a prayer life, stillness and silence. Saying yes to seeing with the eyes of the heart as we witness God's love displayed for us throughout the day in countless small ways. Saying yes to the grace of the Spirit that allows the surrender which Ignatius implores in the Suscipe. Take, Lord, and receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, and my entire will. All I have and call my own. You have given it all to me. To you, Lord, I return it. Everything is yours. Do with it what you will. Give me only your love and grace. That is enough for me. And we finally say yes to responsiveness, openness, the sort of responsiveness that Sister Helen spoke of this morning in being here this week. We're flexible to the unpredictable stirrings of the Spirit, the Spirit that brings surprises that are greater than we could ever plan or imagine. As I was preparing to offer this reflection, the image which came to me for the Holy Spirit was a likeness to a carrier pigeon, or if you're familiar with Harry Potter movies, Harry Potter's owl, Hedwig, who swoops in silently and leaves Harry a message on a scroll. That reminded me of an experience that I've enjoyed recently with my youngest grandson. He's become enthralled, Sean is his name. He's become enthralled with watching the original animated version of Pinocchio. Having watched it with him now several times. The scene that jumped out to me as I reflected was where the good fairy's dove came and dropped the scroll in front of the desolate Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket, who had lost everything. Jiminy read the message, written in gold, which was that Geppetto, Pinocchio's father, had been swallowed by Monstro the whale and was in his belly. Before Jiminy could finish reading, Pinocchio was already off, tying a heavy stone to his tail. You might remember he was turning into a jackass from listening to the wrong voices. And he threw himself with abandon into the ocean to save his father. You might also remember that it was ultimately this act of fearlessness, this surrender to the unexpected twist of events, that led to Pinocchio becoming a real boy. Imagine that. The advocate the Father will send will teach you all things. St. Ignatius understood only too well from his own experience with desolation and consolation that the challenge for us can be to discern from which spirit we are receiving the teaching of the moment. His insight was that both God and the evil spirit speak through our positive and negative emotions. He suggests you can tell which spirit is speaking to you and understand the message once you tune into your emotions within the context of the situation you find yourself in. As we prepare now to spend time in quiet pondering, I'm going to leave you with a beautiful illustration for this, which Ignatius offers in the rules on the discernment of spirits. In the case of those going from good to better, the good angel touches the soul gently and sweetly, like a drop of water going into a sponge. The evil spirit touches it sharply with noise and disturbance, like a drop of water falling onto a stone. Peace I leave you, my peace I give you. I invite you now to a time of quiet reflection, sensing what, from here, might feel life-giving for you. The life-giving drop of water entering the sponge of your heart.